Hey guys, so today I'm going to be taking down the 40-gallon paludarium that was right there and the 20-gallon paludarium that was right there. I honestly don't really like paludariums because where the water stops, there's always some type of water stain there, and I think it looks bad, and I just haven't found one that I like. But at the end of the video, I'll be talking about a system that I've thought up that I think that would be better for me to keep, and maybe will inspire you. I did a drawing of it, and I will show that at the end of the video. But I do not plan on doing that anytime soon. I actually bought the materials, but I think I'm going to return them because I don't have anything to put in it, and I don't really have the space for it for what I'm planning on doing now. But I hope you guys enjoy. I'm going to be taking these two tanks down, and then I'll be using the stuff to create a system up there, which I've already created. Again, that this is after everything's done. But that'll be in a different video. So right now I'm just basically showing you how I take down these tanks. Take everything apart and then putting everything back into my storage area. So I started by taking botanicals, wood, and large rocks, and also the plants, the filter, and just basically the big stuff out of the tank. And then after that there was just a few minnows, so I started draining it because there was just a few and they were kind of hard to catch and see, to be honest. So I drained it down quite a lot so then it would be easier. And at the same time I picked up a ton of botanicals, and then once I made sure all the fish were gone, I just drained all the water out as much as I could with the siphon anyway. And then I focused on getting all the rocks out of the tank and situating everything, all the resources and everything that I had, back to where I could use them in the future or something. And then here I take all the rocks, and then I have a big pile out in my back porch where I put all these, and then the fish went into the 300-gallon pond on the back porch, and now I'm taking the tank out. The tank is now gone. The wood is right there. Then the tank is out here in my garage currently holding all my different lamps and filters. And then the fish are out here in this 300-gallon. And like I said, the rocks are there. And then one big piece of the wood is right here. And then some of the rocks, bigger rocks are here. And then also to preserve beneficial bacteria, I kept some of my favorite ones. They're just in the bottom of this huge turtle tank. Okay, so as you can see, here is the frog's old tank, and I'm going to be taking it down and putting some of the plants in here. So one place is I want to put something up there, maybe like the wandering Jew plants or something. So right there I'm going to be putting the arrowhead vines, and then I might put something up there as well. And then the rest will be going in an aquaponics system that I'm going to be setting up over here. And both these tanks are just going to have tons of plants growing out of the top, and I'll be setting all these plants in the water there. So this is a completely different project. There's a fish in there. I got that from my friend, or my friend had it and he gave it to me. So I'm going to be taking this down, putting all the dirt back in with the other dirt, and just putting everything back where it goes. So I took all the plants out and a bunch of stuff, and then I remembered that I wasn't filming, so sorry for kind of starting this time lapse late. But I had to take out all the rocks now after taking the substrate off of the top of it. And then actually all of the substrate that was in here went into the leopard gecko's enclosure for my friend, which I am now done with. But I'm basically just taking everything apart and getting it ready to go spray out on the back porch and making sure I got all the dirt out of the bottom and everything. There's actually dirt and then rocks layered under it, so I took out all the dirt and before I started that time lapse, and then I did the rocks. And now I'm spraying off any of the hardscape, or a lot of it anyway, and also just kind of washing out the tank, making it look nice, but not using soap or anything. I just needed to get it so I could store it, and then I'll use it later for the crested gecko. Okay guys, so I sprayed down the enclosure as you guys saw, and now I have all my materials that I can pack up and put back into the cabinet. And now I'm going to be taking these plants that I have and washing them off and then setting them so then they can just go right out of the water, because they're all pothos, or one's a peace lily. And then all these other plants I'm going to be planting in Darwin's tank. So I washed off the dirt because I didn't want any of it to get into the aquarium, and I actually ended up with a lot of small pothos plants, so I'm excited to grow them out and get them bigger. So this was just a temporary solution that I used real quick because I wasn't sure how to set up like a proper aquaponics, and I watched a lot of videos about it, and then I'm doing a different video about setting it up. And then here I am planting the arrowhead vine and the wandering Jew plant. I planted these in this tank rather than trying to grow them in water because it added more diversity to this tank and more colors. I figured I'd throw this into this video because I filmed it and then I didn't end up making the actual tank, but this is a 20-gallon vertical paludarium idea that I think would be better than any other paludariums that I've done before. So I think it would be pretty cool. Here is the finished product. So like I said, it's a vertical tank, so it'd have plexiglass or normal glass siliconed in at the bottom, and then it would have hinges for a door that would have magnets to like close it, obviously, and then these are ventilation holes. Then at the bottom it would hold water, so this is like gravel, and then in the back I have like large river rocks, and behind the large river rocks I have a water pump. And then what the water pump would do is it would have a tube that would go through the background, so you see how this line comes around like that. That's basically showing how it is on the the side of a tank that has a background. So it would go up through the background, and then there would be this little you see how this line right here juts out. So that little area would be like a little triangle that would be able to fill with water. So this pump would pump water up, that would fill out, and then this whole bottom background area that doesn't go all the way to the bottom because obviously this area is filled with water, like I said, it would then pour all over the entire background, which I think would be very cool. And then up here there would be like pots or whatever, or hides or something. That's basically just, it's up to you, it's just the background. And then what I'd do is I'd plant tons of plants in that area, and then this would be like perfect for a tree frog because it could go down there in the water, or it could be in this area in the water, and then all these roots would filter out the water for the system. So this is just an idea I had, and I didn't end up going through with it because this is a 20-gallon tall this is a 20-gallon long tank that is set up on its side, so it'd be like 30 inches tall, so it'd be really tall, and it would just take a lot of resources. And like I said, I ended up rehoming the frogs, so I wouldn't have any point to have it. So I hope you guys enjoyed me taking down the 2 tanks, and now I'm going to be changing up this stand. I already have some stuff that I'm about to screw in to this stand, and I will be putting the crested gecko tank on top of it. Basically, some things are changing around in my room. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like it down below. If you have any comments or concerns, put in the comments below. And if you want more content, then subscribe. Also, go visit my Instagram if you want more content, because I post on there. Every once in a while I'll go on a spree and just like post every single day. But normally at least like once a week, I would think. I should be able to keep up with that. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Have a fantastic day.